hear me? Take a few moments to lie down on your bed or on your mat. Feel yourself, your shape. And could you take a few moments now to observe your breath? And what I want you to notice is something very specific. And it's what is the first part of your body that expands when you begin to inhale. Where exactly in your trunk do you feel the first movement of expansion as you inhale? Is it in your belly or your ribs? In your chest or your clavicles? Is it in front of you or to your side? Is it centered or is it more to the right or to the left of yourself? And for a few moments, could you direct your breath so that the first part of your body that begins to expand in your inhale is your belly button? So you bring your breath to the center of your belly. And as you begin to inhale, you actively push out with your belly button, bringing this first movement of your breath in the center. And then, could you do the same thing? Only shift this point a bit to the right. So now, as you inhale and expand your belly, it is to the right side. The right side of the belly expands a bit more. And it's the first part of the body that begins to expand as you inhale. And if you want, you can bring your hands on your abdomen. And as you press out, you feel your belly press into your right hand. And then, for a few moments, as you inhale and expand to the right side of your belly, can you feel what happens to your face, to the musculature of your lips and your eyes and your jaw? Are you bringing the movement to your face? Could you make it softer, easier? And then, for a few breaths, switch it up and begin to press out with the left side of the belly. So the first movement of expansion in your body as you inhale is your belly expanding into your left hand. And as you inhale, feel the musculature of your face and your shoulders. Are you trying to move with other parts? Are you engaging other parts of yourself? And was it easier to breathe expanding to the right or to the left? Could you alternate inhaling, expanding the right side of the belly, exhaling and letting go, and then with the next inhale, expanding the left side of the belly, So you bring it from one side to the other. And let it go. Feel your natural breath without trying anything. And then do the same thing with your ribs. So now you inhale and think of expanding your left ribs, of bringing the beginning of the inhale and the expansion on the left side of your chest. Can you keep the movement only in your chest and allow your neck and face to stay quiet? And then, for a few moves, could you expand the right side of your ribcage? So you begin to inhale and actively expand the right side of your ribcage. And which side is easier? Where do you find less effort involving inhaling and expanding? Is it on the left side of the ribcage or the right side? And could you make the movement so easy that you begin to play around with it? And you can inhale and expand the right side. And then inhale and expand to the left. Changing with each breath. And let it go. And have a rest. Now let's bring the movement back into the belly. So with your next inhale, you allow the whole of the belly to expand to the left and to the right and to the center. And could you keep your belly expanding as you continue to cycle through your breath? So you expand your belly with your inhale and you let it stay there, expanding. And you try to find the movement that will allow your belly to stay while exhaling. So as you exhale, you don't allow your abdomen to sink in. You keep pushing your belly out all along the inhale and all along the exhale. And then let it go. Have a rest. Feel the movement of the breath in your chest and in your belly. Now that you're not trying anything. And let's do the same thing with the chest, with the ribcage. So with your next inhale, you expand your ribs and you expand your chest to the left, to the right, and to the center. And you let it stay there, open and wide. And you disengage your breath from the movement. Can you allow the muscles between your ribs to stay there, keeping your ribcage open as you inhale and as you exhale? As you go through the cycle of your breath, keeping the chest and the ribcage wide, expanding. Is it easier to keep your ribcage open or your belly? Have a rest it go. So now, could you think of expanding and contracting your abdomen all along the inhale and all along the exhale? So you begin to inhale and you push out and in and out and in, expanding and contracting all along your inhale. And then you continue this movement of the belly as you exhale. And you exhale slowly, and you continue to bring your belly out and in and out and in. And this muscular movement of expanding and contracting the belly is completely free of the breath now. Can you make this belly movement faster? Faster and faster. In, out, so that you feel your belly almost fluttering. You inhale and you go in, out. Then you exhale and you continue expanding and contracting. Fast and easy and soft. A flutter. And have a rest. Feel your breath. Now, let's bring this movement to your chest. So as we did with the belly, we do with the chest now. And you begin to inhale and expand and contract your ribcage, opening and closing all along the inhale and all along the exhale, allowing the chest to flutter. Gentle, simple, fast movement, but without rushing. And sense now which movement is more familiar to you. Was it in your belly or moving your chest? And you inhale and go in, out. And you exhale and continue this movement of the ribcage, moving the intercostal muscles, the muscles between your ribcage, independently of your breath now. And let it go. And have a rest. Can you let your breath be soft and slow? And feel the expansion and contraction of your body as you inhale and exhale. Now, place your hands on your ribs, on your lower ribs, and think again for a few breaths to press the belly out, expanding it and contracting it softly and slowly. And just feel what happens to the shape of your ribs when your belly is pushing out. Can you feel that as your belly pushes out, perhaps the ribs feel sinking in a bit? And again, press your belly out and let it go. Feel what happens to your chest, your clavicles, your breastbone. Bring your hands on your ribs, on your chest. Explore the movement of the breath feel your shape with your hands. And bring your hands on your belly. And as you inhale, expand your chest now. Can you feel as you widen and expand your ribcage what happens to the belly? So the movement, the active movement is in your chest, in your ribs, and your hands are lying on your belly so you can experience what happens to the shape of the belly when you expand the chest and when you let it go. Is your belly moving in or out as you open and expand your chest? Let it go. Have a rest. Take a few breaths here, feeling the movement of the breath in your body. Take a few deep breaths now, because we're going to be playing around with both the movement of the chest and the belly, and we're going to be making them work together. But we're going to do it now, holding our breath. So take a big inhale and stay there and begin to open the chest and draw in the belly, and then pushing the belly out and allowing the chest to sink. And can you go again? In, out, as you hold your breath, fluttering your trunk. And when you had enough, you take a few breaths. And then again, you inhale and hold your breath at the end of your inhale. And you go in, out, expanding the chest, pushing out the belly. So it's like a seesaw movement. When the belly goes out, the chest draws in. When the chest expands, the belly goes in. Find a slow, fast, easy movement. Seesawing, fluttering, and let it go. And have a few breaths. Have a rest, because we're going to do the same thing, only this time we're going to hold the breath at the end of the exhale. So you take a big breath in, you exhale and hold your breath, and you begin again to seesaw, to flutter your belly and chest. In, out, and you feel how that is now that this vacuum has been created inside your torso. How do you feel pushing out the belly? How do you feel expanding the chest? And let it go, because you can't hold your breath that much at the end of the exhale. Take a few more breaths, and again try it out. Exhale and hold your breath. And at the end of the exhale, you begin to go in and out, feeling what happens inside your body, just for a few moves. Can you feel this vacuum? The top part of the trunk, pneumatic. The bottom part, hydraulic. few breaths. Let's cycle the movement. Let's find a circular breath now, without pauses. Soft and quiet, and an easy breath. Find your rhythm without having to pause. At the top of the inhale, at the end of the exhale. A deep circular breath now. And can you think of beginning to play again with this movement of the chest and belly, this seesaw? So as you inhale, you go in, out, and as you exhale, you continue. Try not to let this movement stop. Keep your breath cycle long, soft and easy. And find a small movement where you can play around with the pressure in your trunk without having your breath be affected by the movement. All along the inhale and all along the exhale, seesawing between your ribcage and your belly. Let it go and have a breath. How is your body expanding? Where do you feel the breath now? Find what feels like a natural breath. And as you breathe now, can you feel the movement? Where is the first place you feel expansion as you inhale? How does your breath change the shape of your body? Is there more movement? Is the movement clearer, softer, easier? Is there more of yourself experiencing the breath now?